Blue chips, what exactly is it? Technical terms are often used on the stock exchange. You are literally overwhelmed by nicknames, paraphrases and abbreviations. And actors often use such terms in the wrong way, also because it is seldom explained what a particular expression really means. One reason is that some believe that they appear particularly smart and believable when they talk and write as if they were medical professionals. We do not share such views. Technical jargon only makes sense if everyone involved understands this language. Reason enough to take a look at what is hidden behind the elegant phrase, blue chips, and why these blue chips are of interest to every investor. What is remarkable about this expression is that it is actually completely inappropriate, but has nonetheless established itself over the decades, simply because it sounds so elegant. Why inappropriate? Because blue chips are actually the chips with the highest value in casinos. And the stock market really has nothing to do with a game of chance. Nonetheless, this term has remained to this day, although it is sometimes assumed that this formulation lasts so long because it correlates with the nickname of the IBM Group. IBM, a company that has been regarded as one of the blue chips par excellence for decades, is also called Big Blue by US investors. Whereby the blue goes back to the blue color of the company logo. But in both cases this leads to the correct guess as to what blue chips are all about. Blue chips are particularly large companies that are heavyweights in the stock market in terms of sales and market capitalization. They can be found in the flagship or leading indices of a market, for example in the DAX for Germany and in the Dow Jones for the USA. There is no clear definition of the size from which a company can be considered a blue chip. But that would not make sense either, because the large companies in one market can be small compared to another market, even if they are large corporations in one country. You can tell from the fact that most of the 50 largest companies in the world are currently based in the USA. German companies appear in such a global hit list only in small numbers, but many German companies that do not make it into the top 50 in a global comparison, such as Volkswagen or Siemens, can clearly be classified as blue chips from the perspective of the German market. Why invest in blue chips? Some investors see these blue chips as boring and avoid them. Their argument: these big ships are too big to be exciting. They are too immobile and grow too slowly. While that is not entirely wrong, it is only one side of the coin. It is quite true that these titans among the companies are not growing at 30 or 40% per year. And so you rarely see blue chips whose shares gain 100% or more percent in a year. But blue chips are not a playground for speculators either, but for investors. For investors who do not gamble, but want to invest and increase their capital prudently and with a medium to long-term time horizon. And for this ultimately much larger group of investors, blue chips have decisive advantages. Advantages of blue chip stocks: less fluctuations in the share, good dividend yield, tradable on all major stock exchanges at any time, high transparency of business development. There are good reasons why star investors like Warren Buffett mainly rely on blue chips and yet have generated profits over decades that leave most investors pale with envy. Blue chips may not be racing cars in the stock market, but they run solidly and steadily, and that's what counts if you want to create a solid foundation for your portfolio.